Hi, this is a flow yoga class focusing on your hamstrings, the group of three muscles that run down the back of each thigh. And during it, you might want a strap, or you could use like a towel or a scarf, and a yoga block. You could also use like a thick book, something like that. So let's start lying down on your back with your knees bent and the soles of your feet flat on the floor. And take a couple of slower, deeper breaths. Imagining for your next couple of exhales, each time you breathe out, you just perhaps relax or sink a bit more completely into the floor. And then start to tune into the feeling of the soles of your feet on the floor. And with your feet, just press down a little bit. So you're not lifting up to bridge pose, you're not going anywhere, not changing position, just pressing down with your feet. So the way we're going to work through this class is at first try and put a bit more emphasis on trying to strengthen or contract your hamstrings. And then at the end, we'll give them a bit of a stretch. So one thing that your hamstrings have a role in doing is bending your knees. So we're going to keep your feet exactly where they are. But see if you can press down a bit more firmly through your heels. So both feet are still going to stay flat on the floor. Just heels are a bit heavier. And then now imagine with your feet, and in particular with your heels, it's like you're trying to pull the mat towards your bum. So it's almost like you're trying to bend your knees more, but your feet got stuck to the floor. And as you inhale, just let that effort relax. Exhale, feet press down, and you're trying to pull the mat towards you. Inhale, let that effort relax. Exhale, feet press down, try and pull the mat towards you. Inhale, let legs relax. Exhale, press down with feet, try and pull the mat towards you. And just a couple more times, just working that. And then next time you're pulling your feet towards you, just hold like that as you inhale and try and do it a little bit more firmly as you exhale. Hold like that as you inhale. Add to it as you exhale. So you get to the point where it's like, I can't actually pull my feet anymore against the floor because either my feet's going to move or the mat's going to move. And then let's just let that relax. Good. Hug both your knees into your chest. Little squeeze. And then let's shift up to all fours. From all fours, lower down to lie on your front. So another job that your hamstrings have when they shorten is not just to bend your knees, but they also lift your legs behind you. So if you imagine yourself like preparing to, say, kick a football. So let's lower all the way down. I've got my microphone on, so I'm going to stay propped up. But you might want to come all the way down, rest your forehead on your hands. And then reach your arms back alongside your body. Maybe palms face the floor. And then as you're ready, lift your arms, legs, and chest away from the floor. And mainly thinking about lifting legs. Like, investigate when you're lifting your legs up. Do you feel any work going on, like maybe in your bum, maybe the back of your thighs, maybe somewhere else? And then let's lower down. Just take a couple of breaths, rest. We can do that exact same shape again, but see if we can get a little bit more effort going on for your hamstrings. So reach your arms back alongside you again. Lift everything, arms, legs, chest, away from the floor. And then keep your legs lifted. I don't want you to actually bend your knees, but like we were just doing lying on the floor, imagine that you are trying to bend your knees, but there's some sort of invisible force trying to stop you. And then lower down, rest. Good. Just letting legs relax for a moment. So when we do that posture locust pose for the rest of class, and maybe just for the rest of time now for you, possibly, I want you to work it that same way of imagining that you're trying to bend your knees. So let's plant your hands under your shoulders, shift up to all fours, and then tuck your toes under and send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. So notice what you feel going on in your legs in your downward dog. And then let's experiment with bending your knees a bit more than you normally do and trying to take your belly closer to your thighs. Then I want you to try and keep that proximity of belly to thighs. But now just a little bit, see if there's any scope for your heels to release down anymore. They don't need to get to the floor. If they do, that's fine. If they don't, mine don't either, that's also fine. And then walk your feet forwards to your hands, end up in a standing forward fold, so just bending over at the front of your mat. And as you're ready, let's lift halfway up to standing. So pull your chest forwards and up. So this is like in like the sort of strength conditioning world, they use a position called a deadlift, which is for strengthening your hamstrings. So I want us to almost imitate that deadlift position here. So chest is lifting up, maybe hands higher off the floor, higher than they normally are. So they're definitely off the floor. You might want to bend your knees a little bit, see if you can get a little bit of inward curve in your lower back. And then next time you exhale, just bow forwards again. On an inhale, come all the way up to stand and reach your arms overhead up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring your palms together and your thumbs to your chest. Okay, good. Inhale, reach to ceiling. Exhale, fold down towards your legs. Like we just practiced, inhale, lift halfway up, chest pulls forwards and up. Exhale, bow forwards again. Inhale, come all the way up, reach arms overhead. Exhale, palms together, thumbs to chest. 2 more times. Inhale, reach to ceiling. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lift halfway, chest pulls forwards. Exhale, refold. Inhale, come up and reach your arms up. Exhale, palms together, thumbs to chest. Good, everyone. Inhale, reach to ceiling. 1 more round. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up and reach your arms up. Exhale, palms together, thumbs to chest. Moving on. Inhale, reach to ceiling. So we're going to add some lunges in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back lunge. Drop that knee down to the floor. Inhale, reach both arms overhead. Exhale, hands down, plank. Pause there, inhale. Exhale, lower down to the floor. Once you're there, arms reach back. Inhale, lift everything up, locust pose. Exhale, hands under shoulders, downward facing dog. Take an inhale in your down dog. As you exhale, right foot forwards lunge, back knee down to floor. Inhale, reach to ceiling. Exhale, step forwards and fold at the front of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway up, chest pulls forwards. Exhale, refold. Inhale, come up to stand and reach your arms up. Exhale, palms together, thumbs to chest. Good. Inhale, reach to ceiling. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot back, left knee down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down, plank. Pause in your plank, inhale. Exhale, lower down to the floor. Arms reach back again once you're there. Inhale, locust pose. Imagine you're trying to bend your knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take an inhale in your down dog. Exhale, left foot forwards lunge, back knee down to floor. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, step forwards and fold. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, refold. Inhale, come up to stand and reach your arms up. Exhale, palms together, thumbs to chest. Let's do another round. Inhale, reach to ceiling. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot back, right knee down. Inhale, arms reach up and feet press down. Exhale, hands down, plank. Pause here, inhale. Exhale, lower to your mat. Keep palms on the floor this time. Cobra pose, inhale, chest pulls forwards. Exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. On an inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, step it forwards, back knee down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, step forwards and fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up to stand and reach your arms up. Exhale, palms together, thumbs to chest. Last side, breath in, reach to ceiling. Breath out, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot back, left knee down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down, plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower to floor. Cobra pose, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. On an inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, step it forwards, back knee down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, step forwards and fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up to stand and reach your arms up. Exhale, palms together, thumbs to chest. Let's move on. Inhale, reach to ceiling. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause there. As you inhale, bend your knees a little bit, take belly to thighs. As you exhale, try and release your heels down a little bit more. Yeah, good. Inhale, pushing floor away with arms, hips are going up and back. Exhale, heels are heavy. Okay. Then next time you inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, step it forwards, lunge, back leg straight this time. Come up, bring your hands to your hips. Good. So just pause in here for a couple of breaths, noticing what you feel going on in your legs. I'm going to try and get some stuff in your legs switching on a little bit stronger. So first of all, bend your back knee a little bit. If that feels like it's uncomfortable anyway, if you don't prefer it, as with any of the options I give you, you can just skip it. If it just feels like that leg's maybe working a little bit harder, then stick at it. Now with your front foot, like we were doing when you were lying on your back, I want you to press down with front foot. And then try and press a little bit more through your heel. Now with your front foot, create the action of trying to pull the mat towards you. You might feel stuff like sensation-wise kick up in your back leg too. That's just because back leg is like almost providing the counterbalance for what front leg is up to. Keep both of your legs pulling towards each other like that. Then next time you inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. Good. Let's do the other side. So inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, step it forwards, lunge, back leg straight. On an inhale, come up, pause there, hands, hips. So still slow, steady breath. Noticing what you feel going on in your legs. And then bend your back knee a bit. Press down through your front foot, press more through your heel. And with your two legs, imagine you're trying to pull towards each other. I feel this a little bit more in my back leg. That's just how my body is. I want you to almost try and prioritize your front leg more. So that front heel is digging down and it's trying to pull the front edge of your mat towards you. Keep that going on, and then inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. And then either hold here for a couple of breaths, or bring your knees down for a break if it feels like it's break time. Otherwise, as you inhale, let's shift forwards to plank. Exhale, lower down to lie on your front. Once you're there, arms reach back. Inhale, lift everything up, locust pose. Imagine you're trying to bend your knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. As you inhale, let's lift your left leg this time. Exhale, step that foot forwards, warrior two. Back toes turn out towards the long edge of your mat. On an inhale, come up, arms reach out. Okay, so I'm going to be mainly giving you instructions about your legs. If your arms get tired, you can just bring hands onto hips or hands in prayer. That's fine either way. Then just like we were working your front leg in the lunge, with your front foot here, press down through your heel. And imagine with that foot, you're trying to pull the mat towards you, like your two legs are almost trying to shorten the mat. So that feeling of pulling towards you, in a moment when I ask you to straighten your front leg, your leg's going to want to stop doing it. I want you to keep that feeling of pulling towards you. And then now slow motion, keep pulling legs towards you as you also gradually straighten front leg. And then even when your front leg feels straight, try and keep that pulling towards you feeling going on. Yeah, keep your legs working like that. As you inhale, reach your front hand past your tiptoes, so you're tilting sideways. Keep pulling legs. Exhale, upper body tilt sideways, triangle pose. So you might find in this position, one, your front leg has wanted to stop that pulling towards you action. See if you can reiterate it. And two, if you've been working that strongly, maybe your bottom hand doesn't go as low down your leg as it normally does. That's okay, that's all good. Keep pulling your feet together. As you inhale, come back up, warrior two, rebend front knee. Exhale, hands down by your front foot, downward facing dog. Good. And then hold there for a couple of breaths. Or you can always bring your knees down, take a break in between sides, go through a little flow, or just pedal your legs in between rounds if you want. Otherwise, we'll do that on the other side. So let's inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, step it forwards, warrior two. Back toes turn out. On an inhale, come up, arms reach out. So like we were doing before, just sorting my top out. Like we were doing before, let's just feel your legs how they are. And then start to press down more through your front foot. Accentuate being heavy through your front heel. And then now with that front foot, with your front heel, try and pull the mat towards you. Like your 2 feet are trying to pull the ends of your mat towards each other. You're trying to shorten your mat. Keep that going on. Keep that pulling together action going on as you also slow motion straighten your front leg. Keep feet pulling together as you inhale, reach front hand past your tiptoes. And then also as you exhale, tilt sideways triangle pose. Pause there, few breaths, just with your front foot, trying to pull the front end of the mat towards you. On an inhale, come back up, warrior two. So rebend your front knee. Good. Exhale, hands down by your front foot, downward facing dog. And then same thing in between sides. You can hold still. You can come down, take a rest. You can be pedaling your legs or going through a little flow. Maybe doing locust pose instead of cobra and up dog, just because it works your hamstrings in a slightly different way. And that's our focus for today. So when you are ready to move on, let's inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, step it forwards, warrior one. So back toes turn out a little bit. And then on an inhale, come up. Let's go hands to prayer. And we're going to work your front foot exactly the same way as we have in the last couple of standing postures. Dig down through your front foot. With your front foot, imagine you're trying to pull the mat towards you. Keep that going on. Slowly straighten your front leg. Even as it almost feels like it's straight, I want you to keep pulling your feet towards you rather than just letting it almost relax a bit once it's straight. Take an inhale like that. As you exhale, fold down over that leg, but try and keep that pulling towards you sensation going on. So you might have your hands on your front leg. You might put fingertips on floor. You might have hands on brick. If you can like just about touch the floor, I'd love it if you'd like maybe have your hands on your block or a book or something, so that there's a bit of weight on hands, And then now we're in this forward fold position. You can practice again, digging through your heel, and with your heel, trying to pull the front edge of your mat towards you. Then as you inhale, rebend your front knee, come all the way back up, warrior one, arms reach overhead. Exhale, hands down by your front foot, downward facing dog. Stay there if you like. Come down, take a break if you want. Or you can come with me through a little just slow, steady flow. Once you're reaching your arms back and locust posing, imagine you're trying to bend your knees. Okay, and then let's meet again, all fours or down dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, step it forwards, warrior one. Back toes turn out just a little bit. On an inhale, come up. You can go arms overhead. I'm going to go hands to press, just feeling nicer for my shoulders at the moment. Press down through your front heel. With your front foot, try and pull the mat towards you. Keep that going on. Slowly, gradually straighten front leg, even as you're trying to pull the mat towards you. Take a breath in like that. Keep that action going on. As you breathe out, fold forwards. Hands down onto something that feels like moderately the right height. For me, a brick's working today. Dig down through your front heel. Imagine with your front leg, it's like you're trying to bend your knee and pull the floor towards you. Then on an inhale, come all the way back up, warrior one, arms reach overhead. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. Good. Few breaths to choose to either hold still or take a break or little flow or just pedal legs. Then let's take an inhale in your down dog, bend your knees a little bit. Exhale to step or jump your feet forward, standing forward fold. Find your strap, grab it because we're going to use it. And on an inhale, come up to stand, strap in hand. Okay, so let's hold your strap behind you. See if you can figure out maybe holding it so your palms are facing forwards, the backs of your hands are facing behind you. And shift your weight onto your right foot. There's a real specific way I want you to lift your left leg, and it's just so, move that block out of the way, it's just so that it sort of maximizes how much it makes your hamstrings work. So shifting your weight onto your right foot, your left foot, don't bend your knee and bring it forwards, keep your left leg straight, but start to slide it back. And then just as your toes leave the floor, point your toes, bend your knee, bring your heel towards your bum. If at any point this starts to feel like your leg's going to cramp, you could try flexing your foot instead. So as you inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, lift your arms. Yeah, good. Hold in like that. Inhale, lift arms. And then exhale, lift leg. Keep your chest lifting up. Inhale, lift your arms. Good. Exhale, lift your leg. Feel how your leg wants to straighten. Try and bring your heel in towards your bum. One more breath in if you're still there. And then as you breathe out, both feet down. Good. Pause there. Slow inhale. Slow exhale. Shift your weight onto your left foot. Slide your right foot back. Bend that knee, bring heel towards bum. Keep your chest lifting up as you inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, lift your leg. Yeah, let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, lift arms. Exhale, lift leg. Keep trying to bend your knee, bring your heel in close. Inhale, lift arms. Exhale, lift leg. Good. Take a breath in like that. As you breathe out, both feet down. Good. Just give your legs a shake if they feel like they need it. That would be reasonable. Let's put the strap down by your mat and come to stand at the front of your mat. As you inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, downward facing dog. On an inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, step it forward, lunge, back leg straight. On an inhale, come up, arms overhead or hands to prayer. Pause there. Still breathing slow. Feel your front foot on the floor. Press down with your heel. With that front foot, try and pull the mat towards you. Let's keep that going on. Reach your arms down alongside you. Stretch your fingertips towards the back of your mat. Shrug your shoulders down your back and turn your palms to face forwards. Keep that feeling of like lift and sort of back bend around your chest. Excuse me. Take an inhale. Exhale, tilt forwards a bit. Breath in. Breath out, warrior three, back leg lift. So let's for today experiment with keeping your standing leg a little bit bent. It's going to tend to ask that leg to work a tiny bit harder. And then with your top leg, imagine like we did in locust pose, it's like you're trying to bend your knee, but something's making you stop doing it. And then actually bend your knee, bring your heel in towards your bum. Slowly come upright. Try to resist bringing your top knee forwards. It will want to swing forwards because then your hamstrings can get a bit of a break. Let's try and keep it a little bit back of standing leg. And then reach down, grab your block, wherever it was. Let's hold it in the same side hand. I'm just going to turn around so you can see what I'm doing a bit better. Hold your block in the same side hand, so left hand. Put one end of it against the back of your heel, so not the sole of your foot, the back of it. You're holding onto the other end. Okay, so another version of dancer pose. Reach your other arm up. Inhale, lift your arm, lift your leg. Exhale, with your heel, kick against the block. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift leg. Exhale, kick in against the block. Super strong. 1 more time. Inhale, lift leg. Exhale, kick the block. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, top foot down at the back of your mat, lunge. Let's just ditch the brick. On an inhale, come all the way up, reach arms overhead. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. And then again, stay there. Come down, take a couple of breaths. Rest if you like. Keep moving if you prefer to. We're going to do that on the other side. If your brick was a bit hard to reach last time, just maybe have it sort of towards the front of your mat. So let's inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, step it forwards, warrior one, back toes turn. Sorry, lunge. Come up onto tiptoes, back foot. Inhale, come up. Yep. Let's exhale, bring hands to prayer. As you inhale, dig that front heel down. As you exhale, use your heel to try and pull the mat towards you. Yeah, good. Reach your arms back alongside you. Lift your chest. Breath in like that. Breath out. Lean forwards. Pause for a moment. Inhale. Try and slide shoulders away from ears again. Exhale. Lift back leg. Warrior three. Bend your standing leg a little bit. And then imagine you're trying to bend your top knee. Good. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, actually bend that top knee, holding there. Inhale. Exhale, gradually come up. See if you can pause it when your bent knee is a little bit behind your standing leg. And then reach down, gather the block. Hold on to one end of it, put the other end against the back of your heel. Reach your free arm forwards and up. Inhale, lift that top leg. Exhale, kick it against the block. Yeah, again, inhale, lift your top leg. Exhale, kick against the block. 1 more time, breath in, lifting leg. Breath out, pushing against the block, super strong. Take an inhale. Exhale, top foot down at the back of your mat. Just ditch the brick. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. And then either hold there or a little flow on your own. But as you are ready, let's bring your knees down onto the floor. Just sit back on your heels, couple of breaths, child's pose for a moment. And then make your way to lying on your back, knees bent. We are going to use your block and your strap while we're down here. So just have them within arm's reach. So lying down, knees bent. And first of all, start with your heels reasonably close in towards your bum. Like we were doing at the beginning, press down through your heels. Imagine you're trying to pull the mat towards your bum. And then keep doing that. Now also just a little bit. It's like you're trying to flatten your lower back into the floor. keep that feeling of lower back flat and then lift your bum up a bit to bridge pose. You're almost like halfway bridge and you're still getting that sort of flat back tailbone tucking under feeling. Take an inhale like that. As you exhale, slowly come down. Just a couple of breaths rest. Then let's take your feet a big step further away from your bum. So like when you look down at the bend in your knees, it's maybe more like sort of a 90-degree bend at your knees. If you can't quite tell from where you are, that's reasonable, that's okay. And then flex your feet so you're on your heels. So the further away your feet are, the harder this is going to tend to be. So you can decide if you want to dial it up or dial it down. And then dig down through your heels. Flatten your back a little bit into the floor. And then lift your bum up. Keep trying to pull the mat towards you, even as you're lifting your bum. And then slowly come down. Straighten your legs all the way along the floor and just relax for a moment. And we're going to keep your legs straight. Feel how your heels are touching the floor. Start to press down into the floor with your heels. So if your feet naturally turned out when your legs relax, maybe toes a little bit more angled towards the ceiling, and then start to dig down through your heels. Then also press your arms down. Press down the back of your head and the back of your shoulders. See if you can press down all of those points so strongly you can just hover your bum off the floor, like a really long, low bridge pose. Let's have one more inhale here. And then exhale, come down. And rest. Then when you're ready to, let's find your strap. Bring your right knee into your chest, hook the strap around your foot, and send it up in the air. If it's hard work holding your leg up in the air, you can bend your bottom knee. If you just prefer it, you can do that. Bottom leg straight is also a good version. So we're going to try and get a couple, 3 slightly different stretches going on down the back of your leg. So first of all, imagining like your foot's on the face of a clock, your toes are pointing to 12, and you're just pressing that heel up towards the ceiling. Your leg doesn't have to be completely straight unless you prefer it that way. And then look at your top toes. Don't move your leg to the right, but just slightly turn your leg out. So now your toes are pointing to say 1 o'clock. And then just a little bit, take your leg out to the right. What's the smallest amount you can take your leg out? And it feels like the stretch in your legs in a slightly different place. So I'm trying to get a bit more into your inner hamstring. So it would be like inner back of thigh. And then let's bring that leg back up. Turn your toes to 12 and then to 11. And then what's the smallest amount you can take that leg over to the left? And now I'm trying to get into outer back of thigh. And then bring that leg back up, turn toes to 12 o'clock, bring the other leg up to join it, hook your other foot into the strap. So left leg up, right leg down. Okay, so noticing how this leg position feels. And then turn your toes to 11 o'clock and take your leg just a little bit out to the left. Like sometimes we take that leg really far right. That's more to get into your inner thighs, like related but different muscle group. This is perhaps a little bit more subtle what you're looking for, just a slightly different sensation compared to when you send your leg just straight up. And then bring leg back to center, toes to 12, and then 1, and then take your leg a little bit over to the right and pause. Then bring your leg back up, turn toes to 12, hug that knee into your chest, bring your other knee into your chest, pause there for a moment. And then let's bring your legs down onto the floor. Just be still and quiet for a couple of minutes. You could lie with knees bent up, knees knocking in. You could lie down on your back, legs straight. You could lie on your front. I'm going to take a couple of minutes sitting up, seated meditation, but you don't have to copy me. So if you're lying down, just double checking, is there any way you could maybe be more comfortable? If you chose to sit up, if you got the right kind of set up for your legs, right amount of height underneath your bum, maybe your block, so that you can sit tall. If you feel comfortable closing your eyes, let's do that. And take a slightly deeper inhale. Lengthen your exhale. Then just breathing easy again. Notice that you can feel your right foot. And your right knee. And the right side of your bum. Notice how that whole foot, leg, hip feels as you inhale. And try and relax that limb a little bit more as you exhale. Notice that you can feel your left foot. Your left knee. The left side of your bum. Feel your whole left foot, leg, hip as you breathe in. Relax it completely as you breathe out. Notice that when you breathe, your belly moves. You're not trying to control or regulate that movement, you're just letting it happen. If you're going to hold your undivided attention just on that feeling of belly moving for your next 3 breaths. And then if you want to stay a bit longer, you obviously can. If you just have this set amount of time put aside, we're almost there. So maybe take a couple of deeper breaths. And next time you inhale, make it a big one. Fill yourself up, hold in for a moment. And then exhale long and slow. Just breathe in normally again. And if you're lying down, just very gently, you might start to move again. Just slowly, slowly, no rush, make your way up to sit. Any sitting position that works and feels comfy, where you feel reasonably upright. You can choose to finish just with your hands in your lap. Maybe your hands on belly, one hand chest. You might prefer hands in prayer, that's your choice. Either way, as you inhale, sit tall. Exhale, drop your chin. And thank you very much.